rare athlete. This spring he comes back. He runs 3 sub-4.3 40s. Fastest guy on the team. Shelley Smith now profiles the new prototype for quarterbacks. Mike Vick is the 21st century man.
This is the holy grail of a quarterback. He may go! He will!
Here he comes again. Electrifying.
Athletes like him come along very seldom. You know, I was fortunate enough to recruit Bo Jackson out of high school, and you know, I still think he's the greatest college player I've ever seen. My best way to describe Michael Vick is he is a Bo Jackson playing quarterback. He's just almost unbelievable.
I've never seen a singular person so fast or with such a strong arm, and it happens to be on one person. It's really ridiculous how unbelievably talented he is.
How often does he surprise you?
Probably about every play. So.
In what way?
I mean, just what he can do. I mean, you know, how he can, you know, move so quickly and, change directions, and, just his arm throws a great ball.
You know, there's quarterbacks that have strong arms, and there's quarterbacks that can throw it a long way, and there's quarterbacks that can put touch on it, and there's quarterbacks that can zip it. But I think one of the things that sets Michael apart myself, because he can do all those things, is how quickly he can get that ball out of there. And I think that's one of the things that really makes him special.
If you had a philosophy about the way you play the position, what would you say it would be?
I play with intelligent recklessness. You know, I go out there and I just feel like can't nobody stop me.
It was a hard job containing the guy. You know, it's like chasing a motorcycle around.
Electrifying.
And because of that, many believe Vick has changed the role of the quarterback in college football.
Anytime you can get a guy that runs a 4.25, weighs 210 pounds, and can throw the football like a rocket, he's the prototype that you want.
In this day and age, you see the quarterback that has the ability to not only sit in the pocket and throw, but is able to elude guys and run the football for big gains. Why are teams doing that? Because of this day and age and the defensive of schemes that are now coming up and the changes that are being placed in the game. There's nobody that's responsible for the quarterback.
So if you've got a quarterback who can run, make plays in a scrambling situation, you're going to force defenses back into more conventional coverages and more conventional defenses.
He's the direction that all quarterbacks have gone. I think as you look at the NFL, the one probably intangible that is shared by almost all of the really good quarterbacks was the athleticism, the ability to make plays when things break down.
Is the way you play the position, is that the future?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be a lot more quarterbacks being recruited that can, do a lot of things to help their football team. Run the option, throw the deep ball, improvise, make plays. The defensive lineman is so much bigger, faster, and stronger these days that sitting in that pocket is not too safe, and you need a playmaker at the quarterback position that can get out that pocket and try to get around and make something happen.
I do think people want to try to find an athlete that can play quarterback, that can throw the football, but you've got to look under a lot of rocks to find that kind of mold.
This is the holy grail of a quarterback in the next.
There are no standards with this guy this time. He's broken the mold and set a new standard for freshmen.
Michael Vick has everything. He has size, 214 pounds. He has speed, he's 4.25 in the 40. He has strength. He bench presses 350 pounds. And he plays well in big games. You guys listen to this because this is my game day yo of the week. At Florida State last year, he had 322 yards of total offense. That is better and more yards than 8 teams did against Florida State last year. He's cool, he's calm, he's collected, and Kirk, at this time in his career, I think he reminds me a lot of a young Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods.
Wow.
The guy's sensational.
Yeah, he is very poised. He has a certain presence about him. We talked a lot about Michael Vick, but how do you stop him? I think Chris Wanke and Gary Barnett are exactly right. Today's day and age in college football, defense is putting a lot of pressure on offenses. Offensive coordinators are turning to the quarterback who can run and throw. So now defenses, it's their turn to make a move. Watch one of the ways tonight you might see it. Defenses can use a spy to kind of follow that quarterback everywhere he goes. This is last year against Michael Vick. Clemson, Keith Adams, an All-American. Watch him kind of hang in the middle here with Michael Vick and read his eyes and follow him. Michael Vick tries a scramble, and Keith Adams is right there athletically to make the play. You don't rely on a defensive lineman to have to do that. You rely on an athlete. such as a Keith Adams. Now, we always talk about college football, and we talk about football in general kind of being a chess match. You make a move over here, the other side's going to make a move. Well, you try as much as you can to stop an athletic quarterback, but if he has poise and he has the ability to sit in the pocket, it's virtually impossible to stop a quarterback like Michael Vick.
I've heard all these plans. I think Georgia Tech believes their best hope is that Vick stops himself. That he tries to do too much, that he buys into all the hype and believes that he has to make a great play every time, and that might lead to mistakes, but you think that's not going to happen.
Nope.
Don't worry about that.
Keep the ball away from him.
Against that defense?
Yeah.
We'll come back. We'll talk more about...
Virginia Tech wins and scores 45 points.
Mr. Corso already on record, having predicted 45 points from the Hokies. We are
away. Frank Beamer. He won 8 National Coach of the Year awards last year, and I'm afraid to report right now we have heavy, heavy lightning and thunder around the stadium as we prepare to kick this one off. And both teams, it appears, are being sent to the locker room. And the officiating crew blows the whistle and says we do not want to take a chance. Dan Blum is the referee tonight. Well, if you've just joined us, you're looking at shots just to the south and the southeast of the stadium, and the lightning is severe. And we applaud the officials in their very quick taking of control of this situation of the BCA.